everybody, as requested, I have the Arrma Outcast 8S EXB versus the Arrma Talion 6S EXB. This should be a lot of fun. Both of these trucks are really amazing. This is a 5th scale and this is an 8th scale. So I will be running 8S in the Outcast and 6S in the Talion. So let's dive into both trucks and I'll show you what I have in them. For the Outcast 8S, I have a Spectrum Firma 1100 kV brushless motor, a 31 tooth Sogum Customs racing pinion gear, and a 47 tooth spur gear, a Hobbywing Max 5 ESC set to 3 punch level. I do have the Copperhead V2 tires on this truck. This is what comes with the Creighton 8S EXB. These things are phenomenal for the Outcast. Tons of ballooning. If I could compare them to anything, it'd be like the trenchers, the Proline trenchers, minus the beadlock. So these things are a little bit lighter, which is good for bashing. Sometimes you do have to glue them, but that's okay. 8S in this truck is amazing with these tires. Standing back flips, triples, quad flips. This thing is really a true stunt truck. Okay, as for the 6S Talion, as you can see, I have a Dark Side Studios wrap on the body. It just looks epic. One thing I want to point out to y'all is that when I painted this body, I didn't have any hobby grade Lexan paint, so I just used whatever I had in the shop. And so inside the truck, you'll see that it looks like it's dirty, and it's not. It's actually clean. What that is little flakes of the spray paint that have come off over time with landings. So, you know, my bad on that. Kind of makes the truck look ugly inside. It doesn't affect the performance, but it just doesn't look pretty in there. So as for the electrics in here, I do have the BLX 185 system. This is an older system that the Arrmas used to come with. I prefer this system over what they come with now. I think they come up with some type of Spectrum system, and it's just really underpowered and weak. So this truck usually comes as an RTR. I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to go with a roller, so I purchased this off eBay as a roller kit, and I threw these electrics in there. I have a eBay special DS325 SG servo in there. Pretty good servo. If you want, I can leave a link in the description on where you can find that. It's about 40 bucks, and it's done everything I needed it to do. So cheap, and it works good. I have the 17 tooth pinion on here, and which is fine. On 6S, this thing rips. Now I do have the Outcast 6S D-boot backflips tires on here. Way better than the K-Tars for air control. I do like the K-Tars that this thing usually runs with, but the backflip tires are just phenomenal, you know, for air control. I can actually hit triple backflips with this truck just because of the ballooning, and for my style of bashing, it's great. Front flips, back flips, this thing's awesome. Everything else is pretty much stock. Both of these rigs are stock. You've got the stock chassis, the stock bracing, the stock oils in the front, stock oils in the diff. And I kind of leave my truck stock for you guys because I want y'all to see what you're getting when you buy the product. Like, yeah, I can go ahead and model this stuff and change the oils and all that, but it's like I want you to see what this truck drives like out of the box with the electrics in it. And so my stuff's 100% stock. That's why I do that. There's really not much more to talk about. So with that being said, let's get out there and rip these things. Let's do this. So that was a brutal hit to the nose. I tried to land that quad again, the first quad I had, and I landed it, but my rod end finally snapped, and I was like, man, I want to get a clean getaway from that. Tried it again, didn't get it around, and I nose bombed it, and I just bent the chassis. I mean, this thing really took a hit. You can see how bent it is there. So I'm gonna have to put that in a vise and bend that back straight. Looks like my servo took a bit of a hit, and the bulkhead's probably shot. But other than that, I think it'll be all right. I'll fix it. Okay, so that was quite a slam. I took it back here in the shop and worked on it. It took me about an hour. I want to show you exactly what broke, so check this out. These are the parts that broke. Bulkhead, and what had happened was the chassis bent and it stripped these screws out, stripped these out. Also broke and sheared off a screw from that impact and cracked this front brace here, this D block, and popped a little rod in. So all in all, this is about $15 to $20 worth of damage. Not bad for a hit like that. I'm gonna show y'all the truck now. Remember I said the chassis was bent, and it was. Had a bend to it. It wasn't too bad. So I took the whole front end of the truck off. My braces weren't bent at all. And I'll show you that I put the chassis back in a vise, and you can see it straight again. All I had to do was just kind of pull on it. It just bent in just a tad, and I'll put a straight edge on it to show y'all. Here's a straight edge for you. And we're back. It's basically straight as an arrow. And you've always got that little curve in the front. And I actually put that bend back in there so that it fit perfectly. The arms and everything took that because I soaked them in WD-40. So trust me, when you soak your trucks in WD-40, your arms are awesome. The rear of the truck took it, the arms took it, and the servo actually was fine. It just was bound up from the bend, but once I bent it back, the servo is just fine. So we're gonna give it another rip and hopefully not crash it again like that. Sound right. That sounds bad. Gear mesh didn't change. Did the motor go? That is weird. Y'all, I'm having a weird sound. I don't know what it is. That is weird. Sounds like my motor's going out. I can't believe it. Well, we'll just carry on and see what happens. off. Maybe that's what the sound was coming from. Yeah, good, it flies. All right, so I came out to the spot, and guess who was here already? My brother Jeremiah. Yeah, he's flipping his X-Max.
What's going on, guys?
So tell us, dude, you got this X-Max on a good deal, right?
Yeah, 400 bucks.
400 bucks.
Better than that.
Can you believe that?
It's a cheapie.
$400 X-Max. It was like brand new.
Version 1, but I already did all the upgrades. It was just gears.
Awesome. So we've kind of got a mixture here. He's got a little ramp out there. I've got the little bump flip ramp there. I've got the Outcast 8S and the Talion here, and we're just gonna run them in this field. That was an epic bash, dude. Yeah, killed it, man. And Jeremiah, you know, he got those bump flips down over there, and
a little fun trick.
Yeah, it's a good time. So I'd say that the Outcast 8S won today. The Talion has one weak point that I've seen time and time again. Leave in the comments down below. What do I need to do when this thing lands really hard and the shock compresses and the arm moves up? that dog bone pops out of the cup every time. And I've tried putting like a bump stop in here and the shock. I've tried everything, and it still keeps popping out. So if y'all have any recommendations for me, that'd be great. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.